What's up YouTube, it's JackalGoldKick, and in this video I'm going to be talking about why hip-hop beats suck nowadays. Hip-hop beats and hip-hop production, in my opinion, have really gone downhill nowadays. Not only do you have garbage rappers with garbage production, but you even have good rappers switching to garbage production that is pretty much like the same, and I feel like hip-hop beats nowadays just fucking suck. I really dislike a lot of the hip-hop beats that are used nowadays, which is basically like trap-type beats, basically just all trap-like, and you don't have a lot of unique beats anymore, or original beats anymore, beats that really are appealing to me. And this is why I really like a lot of underground rap and prefer it over mainstream rap, because rappers like JB and Fix Craven, you know, and Russian Rapper, they use different kinds of beats, and I would say more traditional, like old school, like sort of the rap I like, to just more appealing type of production. Like Fix Craven's beats are completely different than the beats JB uses, and I like that. And they also, and neither of them uses trap beats, and I also like that too. And my issue with mainstream hip-hop, and not only the whack rappers I don't care for, is, and also some other rappers I like that are switching those beats, which I'll get to, is the trap beats suck. I really dislike trap beats, and I feel like hip-hop beats suck nowadays. I mean, in the independent underground scene, beats are still good, I would say, in terms of like JB and Russian Rapper and Fix Craven, but in terms of the mainstream side of things, and you know, maybe some underground rappers that have switched their style too, a lot of hip-hop beats just fucking suck. A lot of them just sound the same, they're not appealing, they're not really interesting, and they're almost like second fiddle now. They're almost like a second thought. And I think it's a shame, because beats are very important. Another reason I feel like hip-hop beats suck nowadays, what else I'm talking about in this video, something else that made me want to make this video that really bothers me, is there's a lot of good rappers out there that have decided to switch to such boring, lame, and just not interesting production, and it's really downgraded their music so much, and I don't understand it, because these rappers I'm about to talk about, they used to have very appealing production. Not anymore though. I'm talking about Eminem, Hobson, who else? Like Eminem, Hobson, Rob Level, who else? You could probably throw NF in there. These are rappers that are good rappers, like they can still rap pretty good, but especially Eminem and Hobson, their music has taken such a downward spiral recently because of this like beat change, because of the production they've been going for. Now Eminem, for a while, I feel like he's been falling off for a while now, from Revival all the way to now. And one of the biggest issues I have with Eminem's new music is definitely his beats. I mean, it's also like the way he raps, but Eminem's beats completely suck nowadays, and they're even worse now because Eminem is just, he's all about the trap beats now, and it sucks. And Eminem even said in an interview somewhere that he's trying to be the best rapper, not necessarily trying to make the best song, because I think that's a wrong mindset to have as a rapper and a musician, because you can't have one thing and not have the other. And then you look at someone like Hobson, he's starting to fall off, man. He used to make really good music. He used to have very distinctive beats that fit his style that you could tell was a Hobson song. You know, Sexy Cyber and like Kill Her and Blood Energy Potion and, you know, Alone With Me and Your House. You know, a lot of the good Hobson stuff, you know, the beats fit him and the beats were appealing. Now Hobson's going in a direction of boring beats, of beats that really aren't that good. You listen to, what was it? That one song he did recently, which is, in my opinion, the worst Hobson song of all time, period. The origin story of Future Kings. That is the worst song I've ever heard Hobson make, in my opinion. It is so boring to listen to. Hobson gets outshined in the song, in my opinion, by the Future Kings. They had a lot more like energy to him, especially the other guy. Like, it just felt more hungry on the song. But the beat on that song was just so awful. It was so bland and just generic and dull, and the song just had no like it just didn't have that Hobson feel to it that Hobson usually has. That's the worst song he's made. And then Rebirth, I didn't care for that because it had a lame fucking trap beat. And, you know, so Hobson's going that direction, especially with Origin Story. The production on there was just so piss poor. You know, Eminem's done that. Hobson, Rob Level, he used to have much more interesting beats and more production that was better. He used to rap on. Now he just does these beats that are like trap beats, and a lot of people are doing this now. Even Dr. And this is another thing it sucks to say. Dr. Dre, even he's starting to mess with these trap beats. You listen to the Contract EP, even go back to the Compton album, and you listen to that. It's forgettable. It's nothing like Detox. It's not like the Detox Leaks. It's nothing like the Chronic albums. So like from Compton all the way to now, Dr. Dre, his music, in my opinion, and his production have taken a step down, especially now because Dr. Dre is getting into the trap. You listen to the Gospel song with him and Eminem. I did not care for that song. That's the weakest collab him and Eminem did together. The beat sucks. It's not a good song. The chorus isn't any good. It's not appealing. And it was just wasn't a good song. And a lot of the production Dr. Dre did for Eminem on, like, I think it was Music to Murder by Side B, just it was piss poor, especially mixed with the issues I have with modern Eminem. So even Dr. Dre has an issue now. When Dre used to be someone that had distinctive beats, that had unique beats, I just question why Dr. Dre doesn't want to put out Detox when the leaks on there sound amazing. Like, you know, Mr. Prescription, that song is amazing. The beat on there is really good. It's not this bullshit nowadays in mainstream rap. It's not the bullshit trap beats. The beat on there is really good. And or like the snippet for Still Dre 2 sounded good. The production for Die Hard with Eminem is great. You know, the Kush production was great. Dr. Dre had his own style. You know, Dr. Dre had his own style at one point with the beats he did. Eminem had his own style with the beats he was using and was involved in back in the day. And even later on, when Eminem got older with Relapse, he still had his own style of beats. But it seems like nowadays, even the good rappers like Dr. Dre and Eminem and Hobson and Rob Level and NF, I haven't heard enough NF's new music, but I've heard from Acid Roots that NF's kind of diving into trap beats. And I think it's a real shame that good rappers are even going into these type of beats, because these beats are fucking trash and they suck, period. I do not like trap beats, and I do not like these kind of beats that are being used. They're overused, they're boring, they're not appealing, they don't make for good music at all. And going back to what I was going to say earlier, Eminem saying that he's more focused on being the best rapper, not necessarily making the best songs. I think that's just a bad mindset to have as a musician, as a rapper, because that's not what should be your only goal. Your goal shouldn't just be to be the best rapper. You know, even Dennis himself said in like some vlog video when he was promoting his album that, congratulations, you're on a bunch of words. It doesn't make you the best rapper ever. You also have to make good songs, which is very hard to do. And he fucking said that shit. He's a musician, so yeah. But, you know, when it comes to rap music, beats are very important, right? Rapping is important, lyrics are important, and chorus is important, but a very important part is the production. The production has to be good. It has to be appealing, because it doesn't matter how dope the rapping is. It doesn't matter how good the lyrics is or how good the chorus is. If the beat sucks, then the song sucks, plain and simple. And, you know, and then, you know, I've heard some people say before that, you know, I know a lot of these mainstream rappers suck, or I only like some of these mainstream rappers for their beats, or these producers say these mainstream rappers, they make them who they are, they should be really getting paid because they're the only thing that they make that's good about the mainstream rappers. But I disagree with that, because mainstream rappers already suck, the ones these people talk about, but their beats suck. So these producers aren't really doing them injustice, because they have terrible trap beats, and the beats are just no good. And I just feel like hip-hop beats nowadays suck. Not only do you have garbage rappers using terrible beats in the mainstream, but you even have good rappers like Dr. Dre and Eminem and NF and Hobson and Rob Level going in this direction of trap and just using unappealing production. And because of that, and this overuse of trap and just very, you know, unappealing production and unappealing beats being used now, I just think it sucks, and I really dislike it, you know, because you know, someone like JB, he didn't use these kind of beats. He produced his own stuff, and he had more traditional type beats a lot of times. Russian Rapper, he didn't use this kind of stuff. He had more traditional type beats. So like Fix Craven, you listen to Phantom, the beat on there is so distinctive. There is nothing in mainstream hip hop that sounds anything like the beat on that song. That's like the best example I could give you of the kind of beats I like and what I think is original and good production. Very distinctive beat that Phantom is. It's like, why can't the rest of hip hop do this? I don't know why production is taking a backseat now, where what's more important now is either, like with mainstream rappers, it's just simple choruses, having no talent on the song, a vibe or whatever it's called. And then you know, some people like the beats, which is fine, but I personally don't. And then now with these good rappers, it's like the ones I'm talking about, they're more focused on basically trying to be good rappers and have good lyrics and stuff, that they're putting the production to the side. And that's a big problem, because they didn't do that with their good music and the music they made back in the day. They rapped well, they had good lyrics, they had good choruses, but they also made sure to have good production. You had all the keys to the safe. You had all the ingredients, basically. Think of like some kind of dinner you're making. You need all the ingredients for it to be made right. And that's the thing with, you know, rap music. You gotta have all the ingredients. You gotta have good lyrics. You gotta have good rapping. You gotta have good chorus. You have a good flow, good delivery, and you have a good production. And you know, if one of those areas is lacking, especially the beats, the songs suffer. And I find myself just not caring for, you know, for a while I haven't cared for a lot of mainstream hip hop, but also not caring for a lot of the newer music that a lot of rappers I liked at one point are making, where I find myself just not liking anything Eminem comes out with now. Like that song he did with Easy Mill, Realist, I didn't like the production on there. It was that trap beat type style, you know, didn't like the production, so Eminem's still going in that direction. And then Hobson's still going in that direction with Origin Story. That was the worst song he ever made, because I was so bored by that song. When I first heard it, I couldn't even finish it. I could not even finish it. Hobson has not made a song. People say Happy Endings is worse. I disagree. I think Origin Story is his worst song in my opinion, because there's no replay value to the song. Like, Hobson comes in and raps, and then Future Kings raps, then Hobson a little bit, and then the song ends. There's no chorus to it. There's no real melody to the track, and the music video is just kind of a rehash of Illmind Hobson 7. I can't get over how disappointing and just how much I didn't like that song. But yeah, I feel like hip hop beats suck now. You know, we need good producers. We need better production. We really do. And a lot of the rappers I listed that had good production nowadays, like Fix Craven and JB and Russian Rapper, a lot of them, they don't really put music out anymore. And then, like, I would say Dennis hasn't really had this issue yet with production as well. But it's like a huge part of hip hop just wants to go for trap beats and just wants to have these kinds of rap beats. I think it's a huge shame. And I honestly think hip hop beats suck nowadays. I remember a time where hip hop beats, they sounded different from each other, and they were appealing, and they were an important part of the music, and they put care into it, and the beats stood out, and you had producers sounding, you know, different from each other. Now it's just all trap beats, and you have whack rappers using them, and you have good rappers using them. And it's like, I don't give a fuck which party's using them. They make for terrible songs because they're not appealing whatsoever. I hate trap beats. I cannot wait for the day that we are done with trap beats and they are a fad and they die off, because I don't know why they're still a thing. You know, there's a lot of things in rap that died off, like the whole dance rap thing that Soulja Boy was doing with the Crank That and, you know, the Stanky Leg and all that shit. That shit died off. You know, that shit died off after a while. You don't got that shit happening all the fucking time. But for some reason, trap beats are a recurring thing. And I think it's even worse that you have good musicians that are actually good in the mainstream. They're even switching to that. I'm like, really? What? I don't understand. Like, I don't see the appeal in trap beats. I really don't. A lot of them sound the same. They don't make for appealing songs. I don't like the way they sound, and they're just not enjoyable to listen to. And I'm tired of them. Give me production like Phantom by Fix Craven. Give me production like, you know, the song. What's the song? It's called it's a song that Roy Jones Jr. did called Can't Be Touched. The beat on there is cool. You know, give me the more traditional rap beats, you know, just more appealing beats that I like to listen to in underground rap. But yeah, this is my video and why I feel like hip-hop beats suck nowadays. You know, I just wanted to express some thoughts on that. I have done a rant trap beats technically, so I guess this is kind of similar to that one, but also, you know, it's maybe good to update it because, like I said, now you have good rappers using these kind of beats, which is unfortunate because these beats suck. So yeah, hip-hop beats suck nowadays, except maybe for a few out there and the good underground hip-hop that have different beats, but it feels like a majority now, even the good rappers using it. We just got shitty beats now, and even legendary producers like Dr. Dre are going in this trap direction. What are so good about these beats? I don't understand it. They're all the fucking same. They don't make for a good damn song whatsoever. Fuck trap beats. I'm tired of this production. This shit needs to die out already, man. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say in this video. Peace.